kindly ask you to please keep the aisle clear and place your carry-on baggage in the overhead bin. Please keep the aisle clear and place your carry-on baggage in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. The crew is working to exit.
Do you have a car crash by any chance?
Oh no!
Do we to film it while you do it?
Are we there?
Yay!
Oh, we did it!
Thank you!
Prochaine station, Square Victoria, OACI.
먹어. 포크로 먹어도 포크 있잖아.
Johnny wants to try.
Is my Dr. Pepper?
Automatically appear from the compartment above each seat. Should this occur, immediately pull the mask firmly towards you to release the pin.